Hello, Internet. Good evening, all, and welcome to a little visit with some of my friends in an antique shop, a colonial building built in 1800 during John Adams' administration. It has a long history for the first doctor in the region. Can you imagine that? And I've found no skeletons yet. Not that I'd mind if they're colonial skeletons and one's a Patriots. The Tories, I'm not so sure about. But anyway, here we go. And this is one of my friends. I'd like you to meet him. We got acquainted at a nice auction. I've had a dog before Ranger who was a bit squeamish and was frightened of this young fellow. But now, with all the Dr. Seuss types things going on, getting banned, and up until this year, 2021, every administration in recent memory has celebrated Dr. Seuss's book for getting along with people of different hues and to love everybody. And that's actually a lot of his purpose behind what he was doing in his stories specifically. That's why he was one of the national reading books by all of our administrations up until this year. Cancel culture and Newspeak doesn't even have, I think I saw it on Mulberry Street, or Ham and Green Eggs, and all sorts of interesting books that are no longer available for either publishing or even allowed to be bought and sold on eBay. Amazing. That's social shunning for you. I wouldn't josh with you about that. Types, I collect bricks. These are from the Southern Brick Company. Freeform bricks made by freed slaves. I have some set up in my backyard. And that was in the early 1870s from Western West Virginia. Wood carvings are from Haiti from the 1960s when people used to live in paper shacks on Port-au-Prince. And they would come out and dug out wooden canoes. And one year when I went, when I was about 14, they would dive for any type of coin, including copper. And then just within 1 year, one short year, inflation hit. And they would no longer dive for copper. It would have to be silver. So some nefarious people bought aluminum coins from other islands and threw them in. So when the locals would dive in from the cruise ships when the coins were tossed, they'd raise their fist and go like that. And so you made me dive for that, and they toss it back into the water. So I have a drum that I negotiated for that I still have for $1 that has a story behind it in itself. Old postal meters, that's a nice intricate carving here, like a totem. So obviously my antique shop with COVID-19 is no longer. An antique lithograph, Picasso lithograph, the Côte d'Azur, the French Riviera, postcards, collectible books, comic books, and here, this is always fun. And this is just one room. Fun. Desert Storm, G.I. Joe, more photos. We have board games, so if it was a rainy weekend, the guests could play a board game, and often different rooms would play together, just as they did with all the musical instruments that I had available for them, including a piano, saxophone, accordion, a pretty one, and all sorts of musical instruments, guitars, some nice guitars too. And oftentimes, a few guests would play together, and they might not have played since high school. One actually said in a follow-up letter that they had purchased the instrument that her husband played when he was younger because he enjoyed it so much. It's a good thing to know, just as our languages. So that's the tour for today here. So I hope you enjoyed the visit. Take a little walk here with me. Checkerboard sled. And this is the old doorbell. I've gotten rid of a lot, as you can imagine. I enjoy tag sales so much and auctions, but there's just no point in me going to them. So I haven't for probably 7 or 8 years. And my possessions have become a burden upon me. And Rumi, the Persian poet from the 13th century or so, R-U-M-I, knew best to not have more than a magic carpet that you can roll your possessions into and fly about. He had the right idea. So next lifetime I'll figure that out, but I've enjoyed everything I have. Everything I bought was individually purchased because I like them. I love them. I might not have seen them too often afterwards because they got boxed away. I have a whole room just filled with boxes, but they're all things I picked individually is the point. I didn't just buy a fell swoop of an estate. All hand chosen. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and if there are other people who enjoy them as well, I'll be happy to pass them on because I'm only temporary caretaker. But I do need to eat and all different types of collectibles because I'm into every single thing. You'd be hard pressed to pick a genre that I don't have certainly pique their interest. From trains to Pez dispensers. I love it all. But records, boy, I got in just in time before the world figured out that vinyl is the best sound because it's true vibrational sound, not doctored up. You just can't scratch that. I have to take great care of them. I have a nice collection. I'll show you another time. I might even display some of the album covers and do a few videos on that if people are interested. I did get a decent response to my playlist for music faves. So I think I'll continue doing that on a rainy day, maybe this or next lifetime. Thank you so much for listening. And one last look. No, that's okay. I can go on forever. Like the energy bunny. Until that last wind. See y'all. Bye.